With the Panama Papers scandal gaining ever more traction around the world, Wikileaks has questioned the impartiality of those behind the revelations. The organisation believes that the US government funded the Panama Papers exposé with the intention of attacking Russia and its president. Wikileaks says that the revelations come from an American organisation that it describes as having done good work in the past, but questions its funding by the US government and the motivation behind its attack on Putin. Tumelo Matotoane looks at what the accusations are based on.
Mossack Fonseca is a Panama-based offshore law firm. More than a year ago, an anonymous source passed 2.6 terabytes of the firm's data through a German newspaper to the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. But what is the ICIJ? A DC-based organization sponsored by, among others, the Open Society Foundation. And remember that name. Well, to sort through the Panama Papers, the ICIJ in turn distributed the files among affiliated journalists and organizations. And this one received the documents relating to Eastern Europe.
We were contacted by the ICIJ. We've been collaborating with them for a long time with a request to prepare part of the investigation on Eastern Europe and Eurasia, and we agreed.
The Organized Crimes and Corruption Report Project. Now, what is the OCCRP? Here's one of their flagship materials. They named Vladimir Putin Anti-Person of the Year way back in 2014. And that's exactly the organization that Wikileaks is concerned about over its role in the investigation. But why? Well, let's backtrack a bit. The OCCRP is funded directly by the US government via an organization called USAID, as well as by the Open Society Foundation run by billionaire George Soros. Remember, that's the same group that partly funds the ICIJ. Now, what are USAID and the Open Society famous for?
Anytime you see anything funded by Washington, directly or indirectly, you know that you are permitting Washington to undermine your own country.
His influence is beyond global. The Panama Papers might be a pushback from Soros for Russia last year, banning a number of American non-governmental organizations.
And so it seems that pretty much none of the recent revolutions went ahead without some sort of involvement from American NGOs. While the OCCRP does not even hide its anti-Russian stance. And this is why Wikileaks thinks that its involvement in the attack on Putin undermines the investigation's credibility. Tumelo Matotoane, RT.